And this is Jackie with thecuttingedgeculture.com. I'm here with Frankie from Emmure. We are here at South by So What, and a lot of the bands I've been interviewing today have also played South by Southwest.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting for a couple of reasons. I kind of feel like today's tour sort of gives a little middle finger or kind of like a fuck you to the show in Austin.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not, or I don't know if this is just sort of an offshoot or a way for fans to actually get more of a part of bands.
Yeah.
Why do so many bands play both?
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's kind of like the answer to that question is why not? You know what I mean? Like, it's great for, different reasons to play both festivals, I feel. And like you said, like, South by So What is maybe like more of like a fan-oriented event, where South by Southwest is really like, an industry kind of event, where people are trying to, peddle their product, whether it's music or clothing, or, they're trying to look for new artists or whatever. So there's definitely positives to playing both of them. And so, I mean, when it comes down to it, like I said, it's like, why wouldn't you want to be part of both of them?
Fair enough. Were there any performances that you caught in Austin that really caught your eye or ear?
Juicy J was like so rowdy last night. I have wearing like a tank top. I have like scratch all over my chest from people like trying to get in front of me and stuff. It was, other than the Juicy J performance that happened last night, I didn't get to really catch many acts, honestly, but we had a great show, so I'm not complaining.
Very cool. Today is St. Patrick's Day. Does your band have any?
That's right.
Some people
I'm just for the occasion.
Do you or your band have any pre-performance rituals that you think kind of bring you a better show?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I mean, we all kind of have our own little regimen of stuff we do before we go on stage, whether it be like a substance we take or a song we listen to, just maybe like just feeling comfortable before we go on stage in general, mentally, physically. So it's not really anything we do as a whole, but we all have like our own little way of getting ourselves, I guess, excited for the set or whatever. I know for me, like, I never get nervous or anything. I get really anxious before I go on stage. Like, I just want to like get up there and go already. So I end up like pacing a lot, or I'll like be the first one behind the stage sometimes, like before we play, just because I'm so anxious to go and like get up there and stuff. So
fair enough. So you guys are in the middle of a tour, correct?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We just started this tour on the 8th of March.
Fire and Ice?
Yes, and
okay. Want to make sure I got my history correct.
So we're lucky that this tour kind of like connected with these festivals and stuff like that, because it's like just killing like two birds with one stone kind of thing. Why wouldn't we not only start an awesome tour and get to connect with people we haven't seen yet this year, but to come and do these huge festivals, just like covers so much ground for us. So
oh, absolutely.
It's awesome.
What's the best part of touring?
I think just the small moments of debauchery and laughter you get to have with people, whether it be like people in your band, or whether it be like someone you meet at the show or whatever. Just like taking every moment for what it is. I mean, when you travel so much and you're in a different place every day, you kind of have to be in the now. You know what I mean? Like, so I do my best to wake up every day and like be in the present. So I'm like just I guess feeling good about everything. It's really all up here. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be in two places at once. So try to like be here in the moment and have fun with it. And like, I guess that's really the best part about it, just being somewhere every day and like getting to like take that day on, whether it's like you're going to, like I said, be somewhere, a new place, or see a new face or whatever. It's interesting. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, and there's definitely like a certain like repetition to it, and like you kind of fall into that and you start to get more comfortable. It doesn't like dull it at all, but you find ways to make like it interesting for yourself. If you're a person who like doesn't know how to entertain themselves on the road, you won't have a good time. So that's a big deal too.
What's the worst part about touring?
The waiting game. Just like rush to wait. You sometimes you're in town only for a few hours every day. You want to hang out and party, but you gotta drive to the next spot, and then you sit around and wait all day again to play the next show. And so, like I said, you gotta like fill your time up with stuff and like learn how to entertain yourself when you're on the road and stuff like that. And I guess that's really, other than that, no complaints. I know there's plenty of things that like are not domesticated. You know what I mean? Like, you might not get a shower every night. You know, a clean bathroom is like heaven sent everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Like, things like that. So, but other than that, no complaints, I guess. Yeah.
Fair enough. The hardcore / post-hardcore scene seems pretty oversaturated right now.
Okay.
At least in my opinion. Where do you see the genre going from here?
I just think that it's becoming less genre specific, which I think is what's giving new life to heavy music and giving opportunities for bands, even if it is in the outside perspective very oversaturated, which I understand, because I feel like that happens with a lot of music, whether it's like hip hop or rock or anything. It just becomes like, you know, so accessible that anybody can kind of get into it, and not only can you get into it, but you could also in turn give back to it. And obviously the person who's creating they're not seeing it as like a threat to whatever it is they already have a passion for. But when you start having more and more and more names and less for people to focus on, it starts to become harder. And then, but like I said, you know, I think in the same token, I think it's becoming less about the genre and more about the product itself. So like, you know, whether or not a band, you know, they could be down-tuned, heavy screaming or whatever, but then like, you know, have like these like moments of like, oh, like, you know what, this sounds kind of like a band I've been listening to, but they're doing something I've never heard before, or maybe they're introducing an element that I normally wouldn't like, but because they are doing it, I'm going to take a listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really just it's a cross-pollination right now of music, and bands are experimenting with electronic sounds, hip-hop, so and so. But I think that's been happening for a long time. It's just that it takes like a certain kind of brand or individual or artist, whatever, to like really hone their sound, and then it's like, wow, you are like you own that sound. You put something on the map that even if it is oversaturated, like, man, we're still looking forward to what you're doing. You know what I mean? So there's not many artists like that come around that often, which I think is also a good thing, because it creates icons. It kind of like someone has to pave the way, you know. So, but I do get what you're saying. It is definitely a little hard to keep grasp exactly like where heavy music is going when there's so many people who are in bands, you know, who are like trying to go on tour full time and stuff, which I think is great. But you know, hopefully everyone at some point along the line like gives themselves a chance to like, you know, take a risk and do something new, because I think that's what breathed life back into it, honestly.